Hey everybody, Vicky in the car. I got my girl D up in here with me. Like, this is such an honor. I'm so happy to have
I
you.
am honored to be here.
We're gonna have fun.
Thank you, Vicky, for putting me on. Let me come on.
Yes,
So
of
I've
course.
been watching the other episodes. I'm excited. So okay.
Yes. All right. So first question. A lot of people say that, like, you know, when you're searching for a job or a house, you're really proactive. Like, you're asking people, hey, you know, if somebody's hiring, you searching on the internet, you going to places, taking tours and all that. Flip side, do you think that dating, we should be as proactive? Like, should we be asking people and, like, really, like, putting ourselves out there?
There's different levels to like how you're being proactive, and I think I can speak for me. To a certain extent, I think yes, I think it's okay if you say, hey, you know, I'm single, you know, I may want to, like, it's always important to have your eyes open, but I think too, not to the point where you're overly focused on that. I think you have to be open to the move of God, open to situations. One thing that I've learned is the things that I'm attracted to, the things that I'm interested in. Like, I love art, I love music, so I'm out living my best life, summer, and you'll meet, I tend to meet people. I tend to meet people that are also in that circle, in that orbit, and we have those things in common. So I think it's a little bit of both, but you never want to be like just pressed, like that's all you're thinking about. And you have to be careful too, because sometimes, you know, people may have recommendations and it's just not the right fit. So you have to be open.
That's true. Okay, so we can be a little proactive, but don't be like,
Don't be pressed.
Desperate, yeah.
Be proactive and pressed. Don't be like, yeah. But yeah, absolutely, I think so. Closed mouth don't get fed. So.
okay. So speaking of that, so what do you think about dating websites?
Like
Getting on
specifically-
there, because, like, you know, they say he who finds a wife, like, is dating
So online dating.
Yeah, is that
Okay.
he who finds a wife because you online?
I
Like,
think
are
there's
you-
nothing wrong with it, but you have to be careful about the websites, because there's some, and I'm not going to shout out like different ones, but there's some where you know, okay, this is what's up. I'm not looking for a date, I'm looking for something else.
Yes.
So you have to know, okay, number one, is it a quality website? Is it somewhere where like people are on there for free? Well, let me see, that's not the best word. What type of website is it? You know, because I've gone on some and I've scrolled and I've looked to see, you know, what types of people are on there. What does it look like? How is it set up? Is it like janky? Like, you just have to look at stuff. But I absolutely don't think it's wrong. I mean, that's another way of being proactive.
Right.
So
have you?
I
Well,
have
you
been
said you
on
scrolled
there.
through,
I've scrolled, but
have
you know what?
like,
I
got
never,
a date from?
Wait, let me tell you. It wasn't actually. I have dated somebody that we met. I'm giving my age though. MySpace.
Oh yes, MySpace. I tried to find. You know, it's still available. You can go on MySpace now. I could not figure out
It's
my
still like,
password.
it came back.
Yes, it came back.
Yeah.
And you can log in, and your whole old page could be there.
My
but I
joint
could
was
not
like
log
early
in.
2000s, but it actually worked out. Like, we started out like just talking, and it was just like one thing. We just decided, hey, you know, I'm interested in you.
Yeah.
And it actually like worked out for a while, because actually I was overseas. I was in Germany, so at that time MySpace was popping. Everything was, so it did work out. So I'm not gonna say definitely online is an opportunity, but you have to be very careful. You have to consider your safety too, because things do happen. So I think if you go that route, you know, definitely pray about it. Make sure that that's the right fit for you, and also, you know, just be careful, because sometimes you don't know and you don't want to get in situations dangerous.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, MySpace. Yeah.
MySpace, yeah. I tried. I literally was logging on. My
Tom.
page like had Mary J. Blige, like it had the slideshow. My page was tight. I was trying to pull it up, but I couldn't get it.
Oh my gosh. I hope I can't pull mine up. I had some things on there. Yeah.
All right, so this whole living together before marriage, is that a thing? Like we know what the Bible says, but do you think, like, because everybody say, like, oh, like, you got to test drive see how a person lives.
Do you have to test drive them?
You don't, but that's what people say. But, like, and then they say, oh, you don't know somebody till you live with them. So should you just stay separate until marriage, or is it okay, like, to?
As for me, as for the genre role, no, I would not live with anyone. And I would say that because you have to be careful that you're not playing house, you're not playing marriage. There are situations where, yes, you don't know certain things about people till you live with them, but I've trusted God in my relationship. I've trusted him for engagement, marriage, so I have to trust him in this area. There going to be stuff that you don't like, situations, but you got to work through it. And I think you just have to be careful, because I know for me, being in that close proximity, that's going to be hard to stay celibate.
Yeah.
Like for me, no. I think you just really have to consider that,
Yeah.
because you want that covenant, you want that whole situation to be right. Don't rush it. So I
Yeah.
would say for me in my house,
No.
No.
But like you said, playing house, because once you in there, what's the... Like,
Yeah.
you're going to just get comfortable and you're going to stay
and then
in
it's
that-
like, well, what's the point of being mad? Like what? And then a lot of times you hear people say, oh, it's just a piece of paper. It's not just a piece of paper. Because you think about it, when you buy a car, you buy a house, any major purchase, whatever you do, there's paperwork with it. And not to say that it's just paperwork, it's also God being involved in the covenant of marriage. But I want everything to be covered.
Yeah.
I want God to be pleased. So I think for me, no, we're not going to go that route. And I also want the incentive, because certain things is like, okay, I want to reserve for my husband, and I want to be able to have that, like I want it to remain special and not to remain common. But as for me, that's how I roll.
Right.
You see what
That's
I did?
how I roll, By the way, shout out to Taylor for making these cute
Get
cards
it,
for me and
Taylor.
Vicky
Be in the car. Yes, honey.
All right, so it was interesting. Like some guys were saying, like,
Who are these guys?
Just in a group, like,
Who
some
are these
were
guys?
saying, it was just like in a group conversation.
Okay.
That the person who asked the person out should pay for the date.
Ooh.
Is that a thing?
You know what? I was actually reading an article about that. Yeah, I think so. Well, let me see. Okay, because at first I was like, well, whoever asked, yes. But if you think about it, if I invite you to my house for dinner, I don't expect you to bring groceries. So I think, yeah, ladies, if we do, I think we have to be prepared to pay. I think if I ask you, like,
I wanna
hey,
go
what's
to the
up?
movies.
What's up? However you do it, but I think you do have to, because I would think that's the expectation. Just like if someone asked me out, yeah.
So when the guys are like fiddling, they're like, you
That's
asked
a
me
bad-
out, like,
that's
are
a
you
red
gonna
flag?
offer
That's
to pay?
like, but one thing my grandmother always told me, always make sure you have, like, if you go somewhere, have enough money. So if it's a situation, I have enough money to pay for my dinner,
Yeah.
to get back to where I need to, I'm taken care of, and that's gonna be like, we're not doing that.
Right, yeah.
But it's a touchy subject, because some people say, well, men, you should go Dutch on the first date, this and that. I have never been out on a date where I had to pay for.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I always have money available, because you just don't know how it would go. If I did ask him out, then I would be prepared to pay.
Or offer, like, put in
I
the
would like-
offer. Like, oh, I, like, fiddle. Like, oh, I,
Like,
and then they're like, oh, no.
and that's usually what happens. Oh my God, we shouldn't be taking.
So at least offer, ladies.
Yeah, and then
They
they'll
don't
be like,
want
no,
you
I
out
got
to.
it, and you be like,
But you just mention and hint, like, hey, I would love, you don't ask, but just hint. Like, hint what you would like to do, maybe.
yes. And I'm kind of like weird about asking men out too. And that's just me as well. I think you can let a man know that you're interested, but again, ladies, do your thing, shoot your shot, whatever you want to do. But for me, it has not worked out well when I have asked, but more so when I've been open and I've let my interest be known, I've allowed him to step in and make that. But I mean, if you do ask someone, then I think you should be prepared to pay. I think that's, how your coins work.
Yeah, so that's the new
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So last question.
Okay.
With this no sex thing. So somebody told me, not in your
Who
situation.
is somebody?
I just-
You
I
need to
can't
start
reveal
naming names
sources.
with
I
these
can't.
people.
But they recently said, like, they told this guy they weren't having sex. So he was
Mm-hmm.
okay with that. Movies, dinner, even vacation. Like,
Wow.
they were doing all that. He was
Okay.
okay with it. But then at a point, and this was a guy that actually said this, he's like, okay, I did all this stuff. It's kind of unfair now that you ain't giving me no sex because I done did all this. But it's like, were you doing all those things to get sex and you weren't hearing what I said out my mouth? That I said no sex.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your take on that? Like, if guys think they putting all this energy into stuff, then it's like, so are their motives wrong?
That's not the one for you. Yeah, that's not. If that's what it is, then we really should not be dating. I think whatever you do, and I think sometimes we got to slow it down, because I think if we've known each other a couple of weeks, stuff like that, it takes a while. Like, we shouldn't be going on vacation. I think we have to be careful too, because sometimes you have men that will give a lot out of the gate, and you got to be careful with that. I would say if that's the case, then we need to go our separate ways, because it's almost like a transactional relationship.
Right.
And then to me, I don't want to be made feel guilty because I told you up front that this is what it is.
Yeah.
But I also have to make sure I'm not leaving door open for that, and I'm not compromising on that. And again, slow it down. Like, if we're dating, let's get to know each other. Let's figure out what I want, what you want, and be easy, because sometimes it's trips, things like that, and you can't buy people, and
That's
you
the
can't allow
thing.
yourself to be bought And yeah. Slow
'Cause
down
when
with
he
that.
said that, that's why I was like, well, were you doing all those things to get the sex?
Ah.
Like, yeah, I was like, because if you said you down for that, like that, she didn't say just for 2 months or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, she's saying she ain't having sex, she ain't having sex. Like,
And again, ladies, we got to be careful with that too, because everything comes at a price. Everything comes at a cost. And you got to see where your relationship, as you grow, as you are, thinking about marriage, things like that, it's different levels to it. So at some point, yes, we may go on vacation. Yes, I may buy you a Christmas gift, stuff like that. But take your time.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Okay.
Yeah, slow down. Yeah, don't rush it. Get flued out. Don't rush that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't rush getting flued out.
but if you get flued out, that don't mean he gotta be there. He just flying you out. Like, you can still
But
get
then you
flued
gotta
out.
think too, like there's an
Oh,
expectation.
right. There's
There's an
definitely an
expectation, don't? Like,
Especially in,
yeah, and it's just like, we gotta think too. I would say old school. Certain things don't change. Like and you just have to be very careful with that.
Right.
So
That's true. Good word.
Yeah, did I do good?
Yes, you
All
did good.
right.
Thank you for coming, Vicky in the car. If you guys want to be a guest, like, hit me up. Comment down below that you want to be a guest and you in here. Till the next time, y'all.